This is a South African Dixi swimsuit junk journal. I bought these antique photographs in South Africa, where I actually bought this whole collection of antique leather books, and I love this image. It says Dixi up here. This is, I don't know what year this is taken, but these people are fantastic looking with their sunglasses, and then there's this like radio antenna here. It's such a great, and it's a real photograph, so it's lovely fun, and I really wanted to make a journal out of this this image. I'm going to take you through every page and show you the extras of this. I gave you, this is one of my very favorite images. I worked so hard to rescue this bone fertilizer image, and the history of bone fertilizer is really interesting in the United States. This is printed on an original piece of one of these books, and so that's in your journal. And then this is from another huge book that I bought, and then I just printed all of these pencils down the front of this this piece of this book, which is lovely fun. And then this is a real cigarette paper. It says Famous and Beautiful Women on the back of it. The front of it is blurred. She's not completely crisp on the front of her, but this is a real Victorian cigarette card that you're getting with this journal. This is handmade cotton paper, and then my marketing bags from, I live in Shanghai, China. Right now we're moving back to the US pretty soon. But anyway, so many of my bags are going to be from Shanghai. This is the stitching that you'll see on every signature inside this journal. Heavy watercolor paper. The cool thing about Coptic journals is they lay flat. So when you won't be fighting like you do with a case binding to keep a book open when you're working on it. And I love that about any time. I journal twice a day, and my journals, I want them to lay flat. This is from the Starbucks where I go on my date nights with my husband. So I didn't order this this much Starbucks, but I love that bag. And most of the stuff I use is upcycled stuff. Almost none of this is purchased stuff. So all of these bags have a history. This has got a fabulous dragon on it. This retail bag does. And all of it have different textures, and there's lots of distress on the stuff that I'm putting in here. You can see that I repaired this. So there's glue, and then my little signature masking tape is underneath this fancy Chinese glue to make this bag sturdy enough. But I really loved the dragon, and I wanted you to have it. This is handmade paper that I had to glue together to make it big enough to fit this massive journal. This is more of that, what I think of as crunchy paper, construction paper. This is Chinese red paper, which I love, and more handmade paper. You can see lots of distress on these bags. I want you to get to see every page. The interior of this bag is like craft paper in the white, and there's white on the outside, which I think is really cool. I rip every page by hand pretty much. This is a Cole Haan bag. I thought it was, but I wasn't sure. And I repaired it. So there's a little Cole Haan, there's a little repair in there. Because somebody had poked a hole in the side of it. But I thought it was really a cool bag, so I wanted to save it for you. I love this super heavy craft paper. It's fantastic. Pink construction paper. Pink is one of my favorite colors. This is a lovely gray handmade cotton paper here. This is the French market where I shop. So when we get our groceries delivered to our flat, which we do many times a week, this is the paper bag that it comes in. This guy is super ecological that owns this company. He's married to a Chinese woman, but he super duper cares about the environment. So they're very cautious with their packaging at that market. This is more handmade paper, which I actually bought by the roll. I love this message, and so I don't know where this bag came from, but it's a cool bag. I And I leave all the, this has been sterilized and ironed, but it's distressed here. And everything I do is pretty much got this history behind it, which is why I love working with these. I love working with upcycled materials. This is a lovely black page. This is an original piece of the book that I used to make this journal. So you're going to see what the book actually looked like before it became a junk journal. And this is written in Afrikaans, obviously, because it's a South African journal. Heavy craft paper. This is paper I bought. It's new, and I bought it by the roll. It's got gold and silver flecks on it. I think it's really super pretty. Let me show you what the binding looks like on this from the side, so you can see that it's not, the spine is not bound to the back of the book. This book is secured by attaching the manuscript to the covers. So you cannot break this book, really, because you cannot break. The binding is super flexible and sturdy. So you're never going to hurt your binding. And you're always going to have it lying without fighting with you. It'll lie flat for you all the time. I love these edges that I'm doing now, which is fun. This is new for me to be able to have access to these kind of processes. This is where I buy my coffee. In my decaf espresso. This is probably my own shopping bag that's here. I do collect, not many people in my compound pay for Pete's because it's really expensive, and these people are really wealthy, but they don't necessarily care that much about coffee. They care more about tea here in China. This, I don't know where this bag, this is from my compound. I live with thousands of other people here in my compound in Shanghai. So the ladies who clean up at night, they rescue bags for me, and they put little packages of bags for me. They set them aside in the recycling, and then I go and collect them in the mornings. This is a Burberry bag, so I'll show you what that looks like. Instruction paper. So I love the brown in this bag, and this bag has fabulous texture on it. This is a really great bag. I love this bag. Watercolor paper. Craft paper. This is Uniqlo. They make really great sportswear. This is a Japanese company, and I know there's lots of, sort of, oh, Japan and China don't get along, but they get along just fine. And there's really lovely stuff at this place, and lots of people here in Shanghai buy stuff at Uniqlo all the time. This is a cement bag that I found in the side of the road in this little village where we go on our electric scooter when we need to get out of town and just have a rural moment. I love this bag. I had to work really hard to get that bag because it was just a mess. And I was like, oh, I can't live without this. Because you could like pin stuff to it. It's like a fabric thing. And then there's like a little distress there. There's a little hole. This is a little retail bag. It says RJ on the bottom. I have no idea where that came from. Again, the IEs, we call them IEs here in Shanghai. In China, you could say IE, which means auntie. They're the ones that the ladies who do the cleanup, and they save this stuff for me. So that's been sterilized, right? But I leave the distress. Somebody shopped there in my compound. This is from a worship company where you go to get like incense and stuff, and I buy incense by the, in huge volumes. So anyway, I get these huge red bags when I go there. This is from my market. And this is the back of your incense bag. And more handmade cotton paper, watercolor paper, my gold flecked paper that I love. And Luckin Coffee is probably the biggest coffee franchise in Shanghai. Everybody drinks Luckin Coffee. I don't, but there's hundreds of these bags that enter the compound every day on little delivery scooters. This is onion skin paper that I bought here, and I love it. That's brand new paper. This is the back of the Luckin bag. They have this stag that they use as their logo. And almost to the end of this journal. This is one of the biggest ones. I love it that this says Earth Pack on it. I don't know where this bag came from either, but it's just such a lovely bag. And it's super distressed, so it's cool. This is, I call it crunchy paper. I have to build these pages for you because this paper is handmade and super fragile, and it's super textured, so I think it's lovely fun. And I think that pretty much covers all the unique pieces in your journal. This is the back of your journal. This is Chinese decorative tape that I put here with your, there's nothing on the very back of this. I wanted you to do that yourself. And I didn't put anything on the spine. The main thing that is just so cool about the exterior of this is these ladies and guy here at the beach. I think they're fantastic.